Thanks a lot, Elliot, for joining us on
Absolutely.
Simply Flying. Now, tell us a little about your role at Alaska Airlines. What do you tweet about?
What do I tweet about? Well, I work in our campaign management and basically kind of figuring out how social media plays a role in our campaign management and also just in our long-term relationship with our customers. And kind of there's an online conversation out there, obviously, and we want to be out there listening and engaging. And so that's kind of my role. I'm just trying to figure out how to make all that work and how do all the moving parts come together to look like they're moving in sync.
Right.
So.
And is Twitter in a part of marketing or customer service or corp comms? Where does it fit in?
I think that we've had a lot of discussions, and Twitter is interesting because it cuts across a lot of different organizations, or different departments, I should say, in the company. It definitely serves a part for the corporate communications, and it also definitely serves, I would say, a larger part for customer care. I think that Twitter, for us, the @Alaska Air is much more of a customer care driven channel than a marketing channel. But I also think that there's some marketing value in that, and having good, like you want to be seen like you're being helpful.
Right.
And so, but there's also the marketing aspect where, if you have really rich offers or something that you want to share with your followers, absolutely, I think they can see the deals and different offers come through that channel.
Right.
So kind of all three, but
Right.
and they're all finding that they can use the different channels and social media. I think as a whole, it helps all three work together.
Right. Now, you recently held Alaska Air's first tweetup.
Yeah.
What was that about, and why did you hold it even?
Well, so the reason why we hosted our first tweetup was because we had this idea, and we really we want to give our customers a chance to kind of connect with us. We're really good at being personable with our customers, and so we want to share something, and that's when we brainstormed this idea of Aviation Geek Night. And we've talked many times about like flying is such an experience, and people, it's something they really, whether it's good or bad, everyone has a story to tell.
Right.
And so we were like, wouldn't most people love to see what it's like to go through flight training for either a pilot or a flight attendant? So we really had the tweet up to announce the Aviation Geek Night and to kind of get that started. But I think the tweet up kind of really surpassed our expectations. A lot of people came and they just wanted to kind of talk with the people that were working at Alaska. And
Right.
it's kind of like these informal, impromptu voice of the customer. People come and share their experiences about what they like about Alaska, or maybe like I didn't really know Alaska was on Twitter, and so they come and talk. So it was a neat way to kind of connect, but really we wanted to connect with the local people here in Seattle. We are the hometown airline, and kind of share the aviation geek experience. And
Right.
so far, we've had a lot of feedback, and people are already pushing for us to do another one. So
Right.
if it's successful, we're definitely going to look at that.
Nice. And were most of these people who attended the tweetup customers, or were they, potential customers? Were they just Twitter followers? Who were they?
Well, a lot of the people that attended the tweetup, they basically it's a lot of local Seattle people. Most of them were customers. We actually had a couple MVP golds that were in town, just happened to be in town that weekend or that evening, excuse me. And so they were like, "Oh, great, I can stop by." And there was some people from the local Seattle CVB, the city, business bureau. They were just coming down to see what it's like, and that a large corporation in their city is holding a tweet up. What's a tweet up? Some
Right.
people came just to kind of find out for themselves.
Right.
And I think there's a ton of people in Seattle that are using these little networking events to kind of get to know people. And so some people that don't really have any connection with the airline will show up.
Right.
They like social media and they like tweet ups. So they would come and connect with us and get to know the people behind it.
Interesting. And was there any sort of feedback that you got on Twitter itself from those people who came on the tweetup? And were there like connections between the live meeting and then back to the virtual world?
Yeah, I think we really wanted everyone to use the hashtag and so we could capture everyone's experience that night. And we also, as people came in the room, we asked them to put down ideas of things they'd like to see us do with Twitter. And we're actually going to take a couple of the ideas that were on the board and we're going to implement them in the next couple weeks. So,
that's fantastic.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see how that all works out. But I think that there is a lot of translation back. I've joked with many people, not joked, but it's the best thing about social media is actually just getting to meet the people behind the name.
Right.
And so I think that when you do meet someone in person and you talk about things and you have ideas, that translates directly back into your relationship on the digital world, where you have, when people say something on Twitter, you hear it in their voice, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah. So what's next for Alaska Air's social media strategy?
What's next? That's a big question. We don't have anything, right now we're trying to figure out how to scale everything. Like how do we kind of keep, I think we have really good momentum, and we're learning so much every day, and so right now we're just trying to figure out how can we grow this, and how can we grow the personal nature of it, and making it feel one-to-one, because I think that's really what the magic of it is.
Right. That's great. You're doing a great job, and keep it up.